Hey, William, how you doing?
Doing great, Rick. How about yourself?
Not too bad, thank you. I thought we would just hop on real quick and kind of revisit this. What is the IPA4REI community and mastermind, right? Because we've now been doing this for a little over 18 months, and we've watched it evolve as we continue to progress with the months and the years of the changing market and economy and everything else. So, you know, in your words, what is IPA4REI?
Well, the simple gist of it is our IPA4REI is an REI community hyper-focused on pre-foreclosures and other forced sales. This is going to include pre-foreclosures, code violations, tax issues, whether they be property taxes, state income tax, or federal income tax, and several other categories of essentially forced sale transactions.
Right? Something that just goes hand in hand with that is being creative, right? You have to learn how to become a problem solver, somebody who can provide solutions. So our mindset is long-term generational wealth, that legacy wealth. How do I get a property to pay me more than one time? And that is what we're hyper focused on within the group. So
Absolutely.
what are the acquisition techniques that we commonly leverage?
Well, we do all the classic stuff that everybody else does. We do teach wholesaling. We do teach acquisitions at a deeply discounted price, which would be suitable for a fix and flip, a BRRRR, or any other strategy. But we have a tendency to focus on short sales and short sale techniques for properties that are over leveraged or otherwise upside down. We do a lot of subject to transactions, lease options, and other forms of seller finance and creative deal structuring. And we've shaped them specifically around how to resolve issues utilizing these techniques so we can get the best possible outcome for the sellers.
Right? Focusing on the income producing activities and turning short sales into something that are more manageable, more bearable, and things of that nature, right? You always hear the short sales are not great, but they are if you do them the way we teach, you do them as the buyer, they can become extremely lucrative. We hand the small like loan modification and transactional stuff off to our extended team members, and we're focused on really what an investor or an agent who wants to learn this stuff is actually focusing on, right?
Absolutely.
So as we continue to evolve and add different things to the system and processes, one of the things that I think really blows people away is, some of the systems and processes and the actual software that is leveraged to do that are actually included in the membership, right? It gets extremely expensive to pay professional services to build out this shell of a CRM to work the way I need it to work. And that's already done. That's done for you. It's a full-blown CRM that is set up to do anything and everything that we do inside of the mastermind. And that's actually been a big hit, right? When you start thinking about everything that you have to do on a daily basis and everything that you're learning, most of us are not techies or technical folks, and have that stuff built, provided, and updated on a quarterly basis is extremely useful.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what kind of why I mean literally we talk about it, right? Why did we create this community and structure it the way we structured it and what we've seen in the past?
Well, there are a lot of educational groups out there. There are a lot of masterminds out there, and I found that many of them actually work out to be a little bit more like a glorified chess club than a mastermind community. People get together and talk, and there's a whole bunch of education junkies involved. I've got nothing against people loving to learn, and I think that's a wonderful thing. But action-based learning is rewarding because the way that we're going about it, we're learning something, we're immediately applying it, and then we're refining it. Learning, applying, refining, learning, applying, refining, learning, applying, refining. So the action steps are actually necessary in order for our students and for members of our community to truly get the full experience out of it.
Right. Yeah, you've got to take action to actually learn. And we joke about it all the time. A lot of communities are like, go watch 68 hours of content, talk to my people, and you're good, right? We are action takers, active, hands-on, right? Actually partnering with the members on deals that they have to do. The biggest fear with pre-foreclosure, forced sale, and complex transactions are simply that I'm going to just trash this lead and throw it away because I don't know what to do. And I don't want to be responsible for somebody going to foreclosure or somebody losing their house or whatever it may be. But when you've got a team that is behind you, a collective essentially is what IPA4REI has become, across the country. Behind you, you have the confidence to take that action and know that you will work through all of this, right? And the beauty is we're not asking for a huge portion of that, right? It is just a smaller portion of the deal. You keep a majority of that. So that is something that is very beneficial. Not a lot of programs. Well, I'm personally not aware of any that will actually partner with their students or members. Are you?
I'm not aware of any personally, but I figured that the reality is, much like somebody's going to have a better chance, depending on their personality type, they're going to have a better chance learning how to ride a bicycle if they get to start off with training wheels. A little bit of hand holding for our students in the beginning, especially with some of the more complex transactions, allows them to operate with confidence right from the beginning so that they can form good habits. And one of those good habits is the confidence in and of itself. And the easiest way for somebody to build their confidence is to repetitively continue doing that same thing over and over and over again. The very first time you ever swung a baseball bat, it was awkward, right? But by the 100th time or the 500th time or the 1000th time you've done it, it becomes muscle memory. It becomes literally instinct. And that's exactly what we want to be able to do with forced sale solutions for our students.
Right, right. And we put up on, the PowerPoint slide 2 weekly Zoom calls. Those are the rigid bookends, the Monday morning meeting, the Friday morning meeting. They serve a purpose. When we're on those calls, those are action-oriented calls, talking about what's going on, what we're actually doing, right? Not only are we teaching the subject, but you're going to hear a lot about the deals that we're working in our respective markets and across the country. Those are set. Let's get some content. Let's go do our business during the week. Let's come back Friday morning, ask any questions for the week, and we go on. Those are not geared around hypothetical situations. We want real situations where we're sharing documents, we're sharing emails, we're sharing what is going on, not only inside of our deals, but also inside of our members. Now, we're pretty darn accessible to the group, right? So we do have bi-monthly or multiple calls on Tuesday evenings to be accessible. We do have a monthly CRM call. We do have systems and processes calls. We also bring in external speakers or people that will bring value to the group as well. So there's constantly activity and things going on throughout the week and the month to make sure that you have all of the help that you need.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So content is also the big thing, right? We're talking a community mastermind. There is the e-learning portal where there are the short sale 101, the lease options, the subject to training videos on the CRM. Every single one of these calls that we've talked about is also recorded and also put into the e-learning portal. So you'll have access to that at any point. If you want to go back and learn and listen, you can do that when you need to. I'm a huge fan of attending things live. If I've got a couple of calls a week, I'm going to get much more out of it attending live because I know, just like everybody else, we're busy. And when you start to look at all of this video content that we need to catch up on, it gets a little bit more daunting. But there are actual members that can't make all of the calls live that we know are watching the videos as to the action they're taking and the feedback they're giving and all that kind of good stuff. So content is constantly added to that e-learning portal every single week.
Absolutely.
So how does somebody sign up, William? What kind of options are there?
So at this point, we have two options for how somebody can go about signing up. We have a base membership and we have a standard membership. The base membership is available on an annual basis only. The standard membership is available with two different options, two different structured options. The biggest difference between the base and the standard membership really is applicability. For somebody who is just getting started on this, they might want to start off at the base level and upgrade eventually to the standard if this works out to be for them. If this is somebody who's already doing real estate deals and simply wants to add the pre-foreclosure niche with what's coming at this point in the marketplace, the standard membership is much likely to be a better overall plan. There is a slight difference in what comes with each membership in terms of what is included in the package. And there's also a slight difference in the deal splits. So the standard membership, which is the more expensive variety, does come with a better deal split. So the student walks with a larger portion of each individual deal.
Right. And as we mentioned, that flywheel concept, I mean, what we've learned over the last 18 months is to continue to add value. So as we get feedback from the members, we're constantly reshaping things that are available, such as a collective website, right? You know, the CRM, an additional function within the CRM. Use our name and likeness on your own company website. So you go from a solopreneur to somebody that has a team or a collective around them, right? Build that authority. Those things are continually built and added into the program and generally available for the standard member. More accessible one-on-one coaching, real-time Slack, and you can see that, you know, over here on this webpage that you're on as you're viewing this video.
Yes.
But that's where we're at, you know, about 18 months in it. We've seen some really cool success stories with members, you know, making, you know, six-figure profits off of single deals. If this is for you, I'd recommend signing up. With the way the market's going, it's going to be the way to build an extremely sustainable business over any period of time. But for the next 4 to 6 years, this is the time to know this stuff with what's going on in the market and the economy.
And there's no better way than to get involved with an organization that is built by investors for investors.
See you on the other side.